Welcome back again to another video you're not expecting. So I know this has been long awaited, right? And that's because I have to get the latest. Some things has been happening. You should come closer. Some things have been happening. See, and as I'm talking to you, there are some, I too know people that will come to the comment section. They'll come and be like, they did not ask me, Madam Olongo, Alakobani. Some of them, maybe they've deported them back to Nigeria now. They are looking for who we don't answer them. They come and say, but they did not ask me. Don't answer them. It's better for you to prepare. They should skip your head down. You should not get it. Maybe they did not ask Lagbaja. Maybe they did not ask Tamedu. Another thing is, UK has different port of entry, right? Whether you're going to Sutherland, whether you're going to, they have different airport. They have Gatwick Airport. They have Bristol Airport. They have this thing. Airport wickedness is different from each other. Just like in Nigeria, when I was staying outside the country, I prefer to actually fly through Abuja because the immigration process is always seamless, right? I've heard the gist about Lagos, but I don't know if they've not really stressed or anything. But because I've heard their gist, I know they. So I prefer to fly out from Abuja and fly in from Abuja. Then from Abuja, I'll not take local flights back to the west. I know it's waste of money, but we'll pay me because I've heard their gist. So no two airports is the same. There are some airports you fly to from Nigeria or your home country to UK or any of these countries that when you get there, they will search you normal pace and they will allow you to go. Why there are some? When they start this session, don't pass session. Your mind will not be like, it's as if NDLA actually phoned them that there's somebody that carried drug to UK that they are looking for. That is how the thing will be. They will send you to the extent that you start suspecting yourself. Did somebody mistakenly put drug in my bag when I went to Univate at the airport? When they will suspect you to that extent. And the funny thing is, when they will say, "Ma'am, can you step aside, please? Your attention is needed in that room." When they start taking you to a special room, and especially if you're actually new in that country, you don't know anybody. Hey, what did I do? That's what I'm here to tell you. Port of entry question. There's actually a legal rule, right? Legal immigration rule that a country actually giving you their visa does not give you the 100%, what's that English? 100% right to actually enter their country. They have every right to actually turn you back, provided that, I'm trying to state it in the way they do it in that rule, provided that they are able to give you reasons for turning you back. Do you understand it in that layman's language? Because there was one time I saw some people that said they traveled to a country and then they turned them back, that they made them waste money and everything. Then why did they turn you back? If they turn you back without giving you a reason, then you go drag me. I know they go. It has so cut this rule for them. Every country, every immigration country has every right to turn anybody back, even with their valid visa in your hand. They have every reason, but provided that they have a valid reason of doing that. Yeah. So even when you get your visa, I got my visa. That accent never completes. When you enter the city, and then the first citizen say, hello, you look so beautiful or you look so cute. That's when you've made it in life. But you got your visa, my dear. The real devils, they are that gate, that port of entry. That want to disturb your last destiny. Tawani, we don't want you. So you getting a visa approved does not mean that. And that's why every time when I'm traveling to a new country or this thing, I'm always scared that, So guys, I'm talking about port of entry questions that these people are always likely to know, right? But I've told you, once you know the rule now, it's easy for you to guide you. That's for you to know that even if you have the visa, it doesn't give you any right, 100% right to enter a country. They can always still turn you back. So UK port of entry, these are the things you should have in mind that they might likely ask you. This one, the thing is, even when you have, there's a way nature works, that even when you prepare, that is what they will ask you. Then when you get there, they just say, go, ma'am. But you see, when you don't prepare, when you're saying, they not ask your friend last year, they not ask your clinical, that's when they will, they will not open jump question in your head. So it's always good to prepare and have mind done for you to So the first document you should have in hand is, I made a video about hand luggage and checking luggage, especially for first time traveler. Your hand luggage is that one that you either back as your backpack. If you are going for the first time, I will actually advise you to have school bag, right, instead of handbag, because that school bag to make you to have many things there, maybe like your laptop, your all those vital things. Don't put vital things in your check-in. No, they are stealing in Nigeria and abroad. Yo, it's not only in Nigeria they used to steal. In fact, Nigeria they don't used to steal check-in. You see those abroad people, so make sure to have backpack, buy school bag, no matter how classy you are, whether you be one fine girl or anything, always make sure to have your backpack. All those backpack that they used to put laptop, that used to have space, so that you'll be able to put your documents, your laptop and everything. And these things must be in your hand. So the first document that should be in your hand is your TB test. Then the next one is your CAS/certificate of sponsorship. So if you are going on work visa, hold your CAS. If you're going on student visa, hold your certificate of sponsorship. Don't come and say, if I'm going on tier 2 visa, nobody will ask you, my dear, what is that? So the next that should be in your hand. When I say hand, I mean your bag. So that when they ask you, is it to just is in my bag, bring it out. International passport. Then another one that should be on your hand, in your bag, is your ATM card. And why is your ATM card? And that's because, let's keep going. The next that should be in your hand is your bank statement. The next document that should be in your hand is your admission letter. The next that should be in your hand is, I don't even know what I write. In fact, all the documents that you used to apply for your CV. Don't come and say, I've gotten a visa, that's it. We go document if you apply for CV. Your copy should be in your bank. And I know I've made a video about all the documents you're submitting in your bank, right? So at the embassy, make sure to actually have a photocopy of that. I told you, because you have other winches that have to verify if you enter or not. Those ones that they have the final still. So now, let's go. Those are the documents that you should hold, whether you're going on work visa or this. And then if you're going with your dependents, I'll tell you what to do. If you're going as the main applicant, I'll tell you how to ask. So if you are going, so what are the questions that they will actually ask you? Okay, what are the questions that they will actually ask you? So the first thing that they will actually ask you as a student is, what is the name of your school? Some of you might not know the name of your school or this thing, and try to learn how to pronounce it. They understand that, okay, the accent will be there. Like somebody like me, as me, I got admission in Biangim University. I be Biangamu. You know, I used to call it Biangamu. They will be telling me, which one is Biangamu? Biangamu. So you kind of learn how to pronounce it, or Biang. If you can't pronounce it well, you can tell them that you can spell it, but you might not be able to pronounce it well. If you can spell it, that's like an alternative. Me, if it's me, Biangamu. If it was Biangamu, B-I, how can I write it for you to know that I know which I did talk? Name of your school. They will ask you the address of your school. School where they go, supposed to know the address. So make sure to go and check your CAS letter. The name of your school should be there, the address should be there, and then the course you are going for. Of course, if it's MSc, clinic or anything, then the duration, everything. In fact, study your CAS, because there are some CAS, this thing, they used to write the duration there, the 9 months. Some courses can be 1 year master, so but they will say maybe like 9 months, maybe 2 months practical, all those things. Study everything is in your CAS. Then another thing, if you're actually going on work visa, they will ask you things like name of your employer. Very, very important. Something I even go back, name at least 1 or 2 person that is working in your organization. So you should know the person that maybe recruited you, the person that is coming to pick you. You should know their name. And most times, yeah, it's English name, but if it's not easy for you to pronounce, tell them to tell you an easy one for you to pronounce. Name of your employer, and then they will ask you what do you do. For example, if you get tier 2 visa for care home, and then they ask you what do you do in your organization, maybe caregiver now, educate them about kidney. And then those are the questions that they might actually ask you. Then the third section now is proof of fund. There have been speculations lately that they actually ask for proof of fund at the port of entry. I know some people say, they did not ask me, I went last year, they did not ask me, I went yesterday, they did not ask me. Madam, you don't even know, maybe they've returned them back. I made a video about proof of fund in Kinikon. So For example, in UK, some of you prove to the Home Office that you have like 10 million naira in your account, you have like 50 million in your account. Is it that 50 million naira where you tell UK say you get? Let it follow you to the port of entry. Especially most times, the people that they actually always ask for proof of fund are these people that paid like 1k deposit, 2k deposit. Maybe your tuition fee is 15,000 or 17,000, and then you pay like 1k or 2k deposit, and then they be like, how do you want to pay the rest of my yummy? And then you be like, it's in your account. Show me your account. Only for us to put the ATM inside the machine, and then what you are saying is 200 and kidney content. How do you want to pay it? And the thing is, this Home Office, you know, this proof of fund, paying money for proof of fund, OTCast. Before it was like a coded thing. The way people now advertise it, if you want proof of fund, if you want kidney content, they see it online. They see it, so they know everything that you people are doing. But some people will be like, and that's why I used to tell you guys that there are some things that you don't bring to the public because it causes more damage. You know those times that the proof of fund was still coded, they don't used to ask anybody, where's your proof of fund, where's your ATM? They don't used to ask. But now that they know what people are doing, so sometimes when I come here that I want to tell you guys something, if you want to know it, come and pay more money, pay more money, enter my, you will be like, this girl you can't come. It's to just reduce the public space for me. It's just to still make it valuable, because when it's in the public eye, it will just spoil it for people. So because people are now even taking advantage of that. Even this video I'm watching, the person that will wait for you at the gate can be watching that you walk, you're telling them scope, they will come again with another scope. I hope you understand that. So the people that paid maybe all this tuition deposit 1k, 2k and everything, they were like, okay, after you start paying a 15,000 pounds tuition fee, then you'll be like, it's my account. Oh yeah, show me your account, show me your bank balance. Then they'll not put your ATM, they can't find it. My brother, share your line to the Home Office. That's how they just help you. You finish your own 1 year master, the same people won't more, because I know something about these British people is they detest anything like lies or loyalty. Like when you say something, come babe, they prefer it like that. But then when they so if you know you're not ready to actually loan money for at least 3 months before you get your visa approved, before you get to the point of entry, and I'm aware of how much they actually charge for this interest rate. It is really expensive. Yeah, it is very, very expensive and really, really high. If you don't have to pay up to like 1.5 million for 3 months, right? Proof of fund. I've told you there are so many courses that you can do that I'm telling you guys about. Bring your money, go and do like all this 1 or 2 weeks course. Then after apply for jobs outside the country, that one is better than going to waste 1.5 million for proof of fund. And then after graduation, anyways, just let me tell you. Then another thing, the stage 4 now is what to actually do. The thing is, once they ask you, right, when you get to that, I know I talk, people like me, I know I talk a lot, but there are some places that when you get to, answer only what they ask you. Like when you get to the port of entry and they ask you, what's the name of your school? Just say them, Bristol State University. Finish. Ma will judge you. Don't want to say the name of my school is Bristol School University. It is located in Bristol, number 4. Who asks you? You know too much. Who asks you? So answer only what they ask you. And that's it. Full stop, man. What is the name of your employer? Sandra. Where do you do your, which company are you going? Kinikon, care home. Full stop. I will judge you. Because when you talk a lot, right, when you give many answers, you feel like, okay, be like say you get plenty where you want to talk, and then they'll keep asking you to delay you to keep your company. That's when they will not ask you the one you cannot answer. So this, and another thing is, don't familiarize with them, don't smile, don't this thing. Just act like you know send their papa. Don't, not like you raise shoulders and everything. You know that even as Nigeria immigration, they crazy rich. There are some people that when they are talking to them, you just give them straight face. You go know people where you go do your way to. Just give them straight face, be confident. What's the name of your school? Bristol State University. And where's the address? Number 4 Allen Avenue, Chicken. For them to ask another question, next victim, you get. But then when you are too nice, when you are too smiley, they want to use that one to enter you. There are some places you smile, right? That the smile is useful. And there's places that is not useful. Not like Koju Leo. Just be a normal person. but not send their papa. Just know say I not send you. Like, it's just as if you are trying to buy them that, yes, I have all my documents. You know, if you intimidate me, straight face. You don't have to look at them, just the same. And then another thing is, they might actually ask you questions like, who will come and pick you? Make sure you tell them that even if you have 52 people, like, you're so important, you are like the stepdaughter or stepson of Queen Elizabeth, right? And then she sent 52 people to come and pick you. Tell them that you are going by train or you are going by bus. You got me? Don't tell them that anybody is coming to pick you. Don't mention anybody's name, because sometimes, even when you get there, for example, maybe I'm in UK now, and then you are coming from Nigeria, and I'm coming to pick you as my friend, and then they now ask you who is coming to pick you. You say Ashidemis. They ask me, where is Ashidemis working? You say maybe she's a student or anything. They'll say, okay, what is her name? Maybe they check the system. Mama UK. That's also okay. Ma'am, step aside. Is she here? Do not call me. Maybe me, I've been running from immigration all my life, did not catch me. Just because I came to pick you, please don't do that. So if they ask you who is coming to pick you, tell them you are going by bus, by train, or by taxi. If they tell you that, how do you intend to do that? Do you know the bus number? Tell them that you will take this thing, and that's something you should learn. Maybe you ask them at the, what's it called? Or you can even say your school is coming to pick you. That one is even still fairer, but then they might actually wait for you. Tell them you're actually taking a bus or a train. If it's how do you intend doing that, there are so many apps just to get to know about the tax. For example, if I get to Nigeria immigration now, and then I'm going to University of Lagos, and then the immigration at the airport is asking me who is coming to pick me. Even if my boyfriend is coming to pick me, I'll tell them I'm going alone. If they don't feel like you're coming here for the first time, how will I know my road from Lagos airport to University of Lagos? And then I'll book boats now. I'll book boat or Uber or take taxi. You know, that way I'll be able to familiarize myself. So you have to know the common taxis in the airport, or just tell them that you are taking airport taxi. You just take them at the gate, that your school told you that airport taxis are at the gate, or you're taking. Don't mention anybody's name, because you don't know the immigration status of that person. You don't know this thing. Don't come and implicate somebody, and the person that is coming to pick you, it might not actually occur to them to actually warn you about this, that don't mention my name. Like, it might not actually occur to them. So the person might actually be legal, but to be on a safe side, right? You don't know anything, so don't mention anybody's name. You're taking taxi, or you're taking this thing. So if they ask you, just tell them you're taking airport taxi. So if I was in that scenario, if they ask me that, how am I supposed to get to University of Lagos from airport, I'll tell them that there's always taxi in front of the airport, and that's what I'm taking. That I'll get them at the park. Chicken, full stop. Then another question that they want to ask is, what are your plans after studying? All of you that used to say that you want to come to Nigeria to come and develop your country, I know you see the same line. Share this thing. Another thing is, these airport questions, right? They are kind of tricky. They want to push so many sweet things to your mouth. They want to on people. Sometimes the way they will ask you questions, you will think they have your interest in, and even clickbait. They want to drag you into trouble. Some can even be smiling with you. For example, as I am a girl like this, fine girl like me, as you can see, they can ask me that, imagine if I'm at that UK port of entry, one British woman can be asking me that, what if I see a fine British man, cute, handsome British man, wouldn't I love to marry him? You know the way she will be smiling, as a girl, it could even be a man asking me. You might want to play the opposite sex thing. It could be a man asking me that, if I see a fine British man, you know the way we'll be smiling, me girl will be like, maybe the man is interested in even you, where he's not interested in me, Alakobani, you want to hear what he say, don't fall for it. So imagine if he's a guy, a British guy, that is interviewing me, and most of those people are that entry border, they used to be very fine, let me not lie. So imagine a fine immigration guy smiling and say that, what if you see a fine British guy? Won't you marry him? Abi, won't you? Start that kind of offer. Tell them, hello, Rami, I did not want. My boyfriend is in Nigeria. Makobami. After after my studying, I'm going back to my country. Did you hear that? So it could be a guy, it could be a girl. They can ask you as a male or as a female. That if you see a fine British person, or a fine British man, or a fine British woman, or a fine British anybody or anything, tell them you don't want. You have a sweetheart in Nigeria. And that's one of the things. Even if they ask, what are your plans after studying? After studying, you are going back to your village to go and marry your wife or your husband. Anything they ask you, make sure your destination is turning back to your country. Anything they ask you, your destination is turning back to your country. What is your kinikon? Nigeria. What is your kinikon? Let them know that even if you hate Nigeria so much, let them know that you're a patriotic citizen. You just came there to study, even if you not come back. But God will change your people's heart to come back. Maintain it, Nigeria. What do you want to do with the money you make here? To develop my country, Nigeria. What do you kinikon? To go back to my country, Nigeria. What do you kinikon? That way, you're able to prove to them that you don't have any intentions of staying in the country after your study. Even if the government has provided so many ways, so many pathways, which you can actually legally stay in the country after your study, which include your postgraduate work plan, maintain that I am going back to my country, Nigeria. Don't fall for it too. No matter how they smile, say you lie, you cannot get me. Tell them that you don't want. Then this one is for dependents. If you're going with your wife, your children, and all of that, maybe for example, a father is the main applicant, and then he's going with his wife and 2 kids, right? When you get to the border, take all your children's passports, your wife's passport. Be the one to submit it. Emma submit a layer your kokon. So if you are going with your dependent, whether you're going with your wife or whether you have children or you don't have children, main applicants should be the one to submit it, so that they will not ask you any nonsense question. Because if you are submitting it one by one, you're already giving them that 2 of you are not in love with each other. You know they read meanings to nonsense things, right? So be the one, as you are getting to that port of entry, once you leave the flight, you guys will see, once you are getting, oh yeah, eco passport, you collect their passport, be the one to submit it, put it on top of each other. Like this is your passport, right? This is your passport, this is your wife's passport, put it on each other, submit it at once as the main applicant, and be the one in front. Let your wife and children be at your back. You are the main applicant. It's you that bring them. So they want to ask, how long have you been together? Tell them. How kinikon? Tell them. Which work are you doing? Tell them. Kinikon? Tell them. And you can actually be a main applicant. You should be married, but your wife is in Nigeria or your husband is in Nigeria. Tell them to settle first, then if you are studying, tell them that after studying you are going back to your home country to marry or to go back to your husband or kiniko. Then another thing is, so basically that's all. So regardless of anything, make sure to actually maintain confidence. Don't be scared. Give one word answer. Don't smile even when they smile at you. You're my kilo is in. And even when they smile at you or try to make you, the only thing that should be ringing in your head is hey, I'm going to take back from IHS surcharge. After paying your IHS surcharge, paying for biometric, paying for be thinking of all the suffering, and then paying for proof of fund, all the things you suffer to get rid of it. Be thinking it. When you think it, you'll not be able to smile with them. Even when they smile with you too, don't smile with them back here, because if you smile with them, that you just say, okay, welcome to my world, come and ask me questions I can't answer, I'm gonna answer you, and everything. So guys, that will actually bring us to the end of today's video, and I wish every one of you a very safe flight, a very safe landing, and every other thing. Don't be scared. It's not too hard. It's not something that is hard. Just keep to the rules and make sure you don't lie. Don't lie, because they will find out and they know when you are lying. Those people, they have spiritual powers. They know when you are lying. So just tell them and make sure to hold all your documents in your hand. And before you get to that port, like after you left the flight, you people going around like this. As you're going around, be bringing your documents from your bag. Make sure it's in your hand. Don't wait for them to ask you. Put everything in a file. When they ask you this thing, bring it. And make sure, don't ever do any mistake to have the intention that you want to stay after you are not staying. You are coming back to Nigeria. So guys, thank you so much for watching today's video, and that will bring us to the end of the day. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys.